The City of Glass is a campaign frame I found on Reddit for Daggerheart. It's by Calamity Publishing and I got permission to make this video. This adventure takes place in Ardenfell, one of the largest exporters of culture and artistry in all of Cellar. As the city's founding fathers grow fat off the growing trade, a criminal organisation has grown powerful. They call themselves the Thornshard Syndicate. On top of this, a group of courtiers are peddling a new drug called brine, which is flooding the streets, particularly the Warrens area. Now this scene the guide is for is called Invasion of the Dead, and it centres on a shop within a small ship called Coral Palace Curios. Your players will need motivating to meet Magda Blackwood, a fortune teller to tourists, or maybe a dealer in magical trinkets. Behind the scenes, she has ties to a criminal underbelly. Exploring the area might have them stumble upon rumours such as, "Look, Liam wouldn't lie. He's certain that those scholars of the Enclave are toying with dangerous magic. I bet that's what's caused all these people getting sick recently. You gotta trust me. The Bristled Boar has got the best ale in all of Ardenfell. Ask for the Boar's Bane. You'll thank me. I'm telling you, the street performers in the floating market are actually thieves. If anyone is behind the string of thefts there, it's them. Aren't they wonderful looking? She called them glazed crescents, Oh no, they're all the rage in Greyhook right now. Vendors selling them all over. You have to believe me, they're real. Under the streets, scheming they are. Held up in the Riverside Glen, making plans to kill us all. Magda must be of use to the players, as they are about to do whatever they can to protect her. Of course, this is most effective if the players are perhaps related to her. As they step on the ship, the crackle of electricity is felt deep in their bodies. Opening the ship door reveals a spectral glow, and Magda, white-eyed, staring at the ceiling with her back painfully arched, and floating like a crooked marionette. She is repeating an incantation, and it must be completed once started or you face dire consequences. Describe the sloshing sound of water as sunken skeletons climb aboard in location A on the ship's map. In area B, an undead mass also slops onto the deck. You might throw in a roll to understand this invasion. The undead enemies are drawn to Magda after somebody put a hex on her. Now Magda is trying to finish a warding ritual to keep these monsters at bay. She's circling through a set of hand movements and verbal lines which repeat. The incantation works a lot better with two people, so a PC could ideally step up and help Magda say the words and do the actions, as Undeath tries to rip her to pieces. Now watching Magda, they will hopefully learn the ritual is somehow connected to the stars above. She seems to form a crescent moon with one hand and move it in an orbit. Then her fingers on the other hand outstretched to be the sun's rays. The words keep cycling. Bones of the drowned, as you roam, I bar thee now from my home. The signs of the moon, the pact I keep, hands drawn towards the sky in their shape. Other fingers splayed like the sun's first light against the crescent of the night. With my hands I do defy, now it's yours to once again die. Jesus, that's a mouthful. The undead horde can only be halted after the black mass is finished off. I'd play the whole situation by ear and just make sure it's a cool scene. The DM can spend a fear to have 1d4 plus 2 more sunken skeletons arrive as they crawl onto the ship. The waters thrash from drowned sailors, and if the PCs end up in the waters, then they are restrained and take 1d4 plus 2 physical damage. The skeletons are difficulty 10, 2 health points and a plus 2 to restrain a target, so that their leader can then perform a slam attack, the real big bad here being the undead mass. Difficulty 12, health points 10, 1d10 plus 2 physical damage from its slam attack, which gets a plus 4. A successful slam attack can mark a stress, so that it becomes a crushing blow attack, which restrains and makes them ready to be hurled, taking 2d10 plus 4 physical damage. Now the mechanics of this scene revolve around a clock in 4 segments, which counts down each time a player misses an attack or when the undead mass hurls a skeleton, or I guess a PC, at an entrance to the ship trying to break in. Now this should divide the PCs into someone helping Magda do the ritual and 2 entrances being protected. Now Magda only has 3 HP. A successful attack on Magda loses 1 health point. On top of this, the undead mass will mop up fallen skeletons, absorb them, and notably increase in size due to its consume the dead reaction. That's cool. Which also recovers the undead mass 2 health points and gives it a +1 difficulty. So essentially it's a pincer attack from the skeletons, who focus on clawing a hit point from Magda, unless they are engaged in combat by the party. The undead mass mops up the bodies and tries to smash the shop's walls to gain entry. It's easier for the skeletons to squeeze through gaps than the undead mass, which grows in size. You can introduce new skeleton waves. If Magda is saved, the energy flashes out of her, killing all undead skeletons. Now a rest is likely needed after this battle. Magda can feed them and read them their fortunes, while perhaps pondering who the hell hexed her. Maybe they can investigate around with Magda in the surrounding city. Arden's floating market is a trade area on the waters. Glasswork Hollow is full of artisans working their trade. Harbourfront, simply the fishing hive making a living. The Scholars' Enclave is a tranquil atmosphered place of education with a student/teacher populace. Maybe go for a drink in Greyhook, where the inns and taverns try to part you with your cash. Maybe you'll get that gossip too. Then a walk past the grand architecture of the city and well-tended gardens of Riverside Glen, before looking up at the council chambers in Castle Heights, where the governing bodies rule from. Plus there's its growing prison, holding slum folk from the Warrens, where crime is a way of life. So all this and more was created by Calamity Punk Publishing, and I'm very impressed with it. Check out their link in the description, and subscribe if I'm being of use to the Daggerheart community. I have a playlist of Daggerheart things as they grow, and I'm happy to cover further community creations.